right, the project of the day is on the HT Spec NSX. I've got this brand used set of JDM taillights with the little H logo here. Now these are a little bit smoked as compared to the original lamps. I think they're gonna look a little bit cooler on the back of the car. They're not in perfect condition, but they were a great deal, which means they were perfect for me. And we're just gonna use this Meguiar's Quick and Dirty Buff with the Plastex compound. I just wanna make them look very good to kind of match the rest of the car, which is like really good overall, but when you strive for perfection and you're not able to get it, sometimes it just turns into depression. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to do that. Also, we're going to utilize these new taillight seals, courtesy of Resto Tuner. The seals on these things, they compress and they can get actually a little bit dry rotted. The sort of medium to high density foam that they use here with adhesive backing is going to make it a really nice seal against the back of the car, so water leaking shouldn't be an issue. All right, so I thought you didn't want to be a part of this. Yes, the project of the day doesn't mean I do a project every day. So this stuff is pretty easy to use. Just gonna shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Oh boy, all right. That's a little bit much for that little guy. I just like to give it a nice little spread here. Distribute it around. And then use sort of a medium speed. My battery's dying. Yep, full juice there. All right. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I like to finish pretty much everything off with this Honda Acura spray cleaner and polish, just to get a last bit of Plastex polish off of here. Well, overall, I think the result is pretty good here. As you can see, here's the one that I haven't done yet, which definitely has some defects in it. This one is much nicer looking. That's pretty much what I'm going for. Again, yeah, I know it's not perfect. I'm not really sure what this line in here is, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the pieces, and then we'll get to installing them. So we can see that the finish in here came out much nicer than it was. Many of the defects are gone. I still got some fingerprints. There are some water spots. I'm not going to jump up and down about it. Although if you do look on some of the edges, the polisher can only get so close there before it starts jumping all over. So I'm going to go back by hand and apply a little bit on some of the edges where we can do a little bit better. We may not be looking for perfect, but that doesn't mean we can't try to do a really good job. Not trying to fully half-ass this thing. I find that this plastic polish works really very well. It is easy to apply, and it doesn't take a lot of effort to get a nice result. Yeah, that's better for sure. There's still some water spots on here, and whoever the previous owner in Japan, they had resealed these, so they must have been leaking at some point. These taillights aren't, perfect by any stretch of the word. As a factory part, there certainly can be some flaws. I'm just pretty happy that I got a set that I didn't have to pay a ton of money for. These normally go for $700-800. I got these for about $4. Still not cheap, but certainly better than it could have been. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that overall. Now it's time to start replacing the seals. Okay, well, here we have the taillights on the back side, and you can see that there's a bit of a foam rubber seal that goes over the back around each one of these lamp housings. Of course, the lamps need to seal to the back of the car because there's holes in the back of the body where the wiring and all this has to go through. So these seals go in place to provide a weather seal. So when water runs down in here, it doesn't get inside the car. Over time, these ones are in pretty good shape, but over time they do get in pretty bad shape. Enter Resto Tuner, who has made a really nice die-cut replacement seal set for these, and we're going to be applying these to the car. Let's see, it looks like yeah, once I figure out how they go, those are going to stick in place and provide that seal that we're looking for. Yeah, pretty much like this. I think the adhesive is supposed to go against the body though, so like that. Right, so they've got these ones here that go on the turn lamps, and then I still got some foam left over from the previous ones. So here we're going to pull off this foam from around the factory studs. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I got most of it off. Do a little bit of a dry run. Great. And now I'm actually going to pull off the adhesive to reveal the sticky. Yeah, really the seal goes along the flange, this flange that goes around the lamp. So that's where you really want to make sure you got it adhered. Looks like this. Oh, it looks like we're missing a hole. Oh no, wait, that one doesn't go on a hole. Alright, now I've got to access the back of the factory lamps, which I've never done in this car before, but it's usually just a simple matter of pulling away the carpeting and getting to the 8mm head nuts on the back of the lamps. As you can see, these little studs come through, and you just have to pull them off. There's a whole bunch of them, so it can be a little bit time consuming, but usually the hardest part is getting to the back of the lamp. So if we pull up this seal, just sort of move it out of the way, yeah, you find that some of these things have little screw heads on them, some of them just pop right off. Alright, so got a little screwdriver for these clips. Sometimes they can be a little bit challenging to get out since they don't, darn thing. If I hold it this way. Didn't help myself out at all right there. Then you start to wonder what's even going on back there. Let's see if I can actually just pop this thing out. Oh, it's getting kind of chewed up. Not what we prefer. Of course, I'd rather be replacing this screw than the carpet. Ow! Shit. Damn it. this isn't going the way you want it to go. But, you know what? We gotta regroup. We've gotta get this clip out of here.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
And I don't even like to stop to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed.
So it's clearly not really in the hole very good because it's spinning so freely. I'm wondering if I could just pop it out. Maybe just putting a little force behind it like that. Oh, damn it. I'm bleeding in my car. Ugh. Damn it! Alright, I gotta take care of this blood, then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back at it again. I got the bleeding stopped. Hopefully we can get this damn thing out of here. I probably think that a little bit of pressure here might allow that screw to bite. And start unthreading. I am not really seeing it happen. I'm trying to be really gentle. It's just not wanting to bite. And I can't really get to it from behind. So in these situations, just try to pop it out. I hate to do this, but yeah. I had to break it out. And then a little bit is still left inside there. I wonder if this one will come out easier. Let's try it. Please, please. Same thing. Oh, there we go. Well, that was much better. Hopefully I have a replacement in my toolbox. Okay, now when we pull back, you can see where all of our little screw holes are. Alright, so I'm not really going to bore you with me unscrewing all these things. If anything exciting comes up, I'll let you know. All that just needs to get unscrewed and swap out the lamps, and we'll pick it up right after that. Alright, I got the rear end all cleaned up here, and I just used some of this Adams waterless wash, which is really great stuff for just lifting dirt and cleaning off an area. So all I did was just spray that down and wipe it off with a microfiber. They actually have a special rag you're supposed to use with these when it's on the exterior so that you don't scratch, but I just used this because it's all, you know, behind here. Mostly I just wanted to get the dirt off, and it's looking much better than it was. I think I'll have a really nice seal against the body right here. I'm going to probably continue to clean all around just to make sure that it's nice and clean. And we were missing this screw here, and I did find one in my toolbox. So I don't know, I guess benefit of having worked on these cars for so long, I'll just have spare stuff like this a lot of times. Now hopefully these threads are okay. Looks like it's threading in all right, but getting a little bit hung up. I think we might need to loosen these other guys before we can tie that one down. I think I'm finding why they didn't put it in the first place. I'm lazy, but I'm not quite that lazy. This one's awfully tight. There we go. Wondering why this stuff ever came off. That's what happens when you buy a car that's 30 years old. There are secrets within, for sure. There we go. Just trying to get myself a little wiggle room to line up this guy a little bit better. Show you what's going on here. It's not perfectly centered. I think that this plate, whatever it is just shifted this way a little bit too much. So I'm going to try to get it back the other way. Oh, there we go. Just needed a little bit of a nudge. Perfectly straight now. Let's see if it drops in. Oh yeah. Yes. All right, snug them all back up, continue cleaning, and then it's time to throw those new lamps in. Well, it looks like I've probably screwed something up here because I went ahead and installed this foam piece on here when the harness actually needs to pass underneath it a little bit. Hopefully I can get this harness transferred over without screwing up my foam too much, but word to the wise, maybe before putting something like this on, make sure you've got the old one taken off. All right, so I'm gonna have to unscrew this module thingy. And then this goes underneath that little clip, a little there. Try to make a mental note of how this goes. And I'm just going to lay it out next to the new one while I unscrew this guy. Yeah, feeling like a dummy here. Oh no, that's interesting. It doesn't seem to want to screw in exactly the same. Oh, no, I'm just putting it in wrong. So it doesn't actually make contact here, so worst case scenario I could cut it. I generally don't want to do that though. Yeah. Why did I do that? I think I'm gonna have to cut it. Yeah, because I'm just not gonna really be able to pass this under. Maybe take the bulb out. Give me a little bit more wiggle room. No, there's my answer. Happened for me. Darn it, it was so perfect and beautiful looking too. Well, it's not the end of the world. All right, I'm gonna keep fighting with this thing and get it done, but yeah. Next time, I'll make sure that I get the old one off before I start putting the new stuff on there. Customers call me with this kind of stuff every once in a while, and I don't know what to tell you other than it's working on cars and you find stuff out the wrong way, the hard way, pretty often. All right, well, there we have it. I got the harness moved over and this little trim piece that goes on here as well. Overall, she's looking pretty good. I do have these brakes in here, but the seal happens all around the outside, so it's not really going to be the end of the world functionally. So I'll just know about it, which is going to drive me nuts, but whatever, I'll live. So I'm going to finish the rest of them and then throw them in the car. All right, so here they are installed. The taillights came out looking pretty good. You do want to make sure you don't over torque these things. I did break one of the studs. I do have some fine fitment to do, but I've officially got a Honda NSX. Thank you for watching. Check out Resto Tuner for their all kinds of different Honda and other Japanese car restoration products. Join us again for another great video. Heel Toe is in your corner.